Alright guys, so I wanted to show you quick how to create what we call a lookalike audience and why it's important.
What's cooler than being cool? Cold call! Give them a call the week after next.
This may be obvious to some of you that are currently running and scaling campaigns, and this may be a new thing, so good to go over. Typically when you're on the ad set level, there's 3 levels to a campaign. Your campaign level, which you name your campaign, the ad set level where you choose your budget, your audience, and the ad level where you actually do the creative ad copy and imagery. So when you're on the ad set level, normally you're going to go and pick your location, your age, gender, and you're going to get detailed with either demographics of interests, where people live, etc. You can get down to behaviors, but a nice way to get a very large and hyper-targeted audience is by using lookalikes. So especially if you're trying to scale and reach a lot larger of a group than you currently have mapped out with your interests. I also like to run this in parallel with my interest-based targeting very early with a client. So when you're first taking on a client, if you're not really sure who the ideal customer is, it's really easy to just ask them for their email database if they have one, put it into Facebook to create a lookalike audience, and then target that audience directly. It kind of takes the thinking out of it for you, and most of the time works really well over the interest-based targeting. So they're both super valuable, but I want to show you how to create one right now. So what you're going to want to do is in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to go to your toolbar, and you're actually going to want to go to Audiences. Now once you're in the Audience section, you'll go over here, and you want to do Create New Audience. And you're going to first need to create a custom audience before you can build a lookalike audience. So once you hit Custom Audience, it'll give you a few options. Do you want to create this from a customer file? Website traffic, so you could just say I want to target everybody that landed on my blog, my checkout page, etc. App activity, offline activity, and then engagement, like if somebody viewed your video. For this example, if you're getting a business's email database, you want to select customer file, and then from here you want to add customers from your own file or copy and paste data. So click that and it'll give you this screen, and this is where you upload the CSV file of their email database, and then hit next. Got email selected. On this screen, if you have more fields like name, phone number, state, you can also add those in. Right now for this list I just have email, so I'm going to hit upload and create. So this is now uploading the file that I inputted here, and as a rule of thumb it's good to have at least 1,000 people on that list. I have built custom audiences and lookalike audiences with less people that have been successful, but really the standard rule of thumb is to have at least 1,000 people, so that gives Facebook enough data points to create a lookalike audience from that. A lot of times you don't have a choice and you're just working with what you got. So if you get a business that only has 20-30 contacts, which is actually something that's on our plate right now, somebody sent us over a list of their clientele and it's only 30 people, so we're actually just going to manually go through that list and see if we can find some common data points. But for this, I've got a very large list, so there's no reason why this shouldn't be enough data for Facebook. So once this is completed, you hit done and it'll update the audience. Now once that's completely updated, you're going to go to create a lookalike audience, and you can choose the source. Location, you'll just put in United States. That's what you're targeting. And the lowest size that you can do here is 2 million, or 2.1 to be exact. I like to have it at the lowest possible setting just so you're getting the most targeted grouping. You can go up to 10 million if you want, but the larger audience that you choose, essentially the less targeted it is. So I like to have this down at 2 million, and I go ahead and create audience. And then essentially now you have a lookalike audience. So when you're building your ads and creating different audiences to test against, if you're just strictly doing interest-based targeting, this will be super valuable to actually start running lookalike audiences against your normal targeting. We found it super successful, and just recently we have a case study of a gym that we doubled their membership size in the last 6 months, just strictly using their database and building a lookalike audience off of it and pairing that with a brand story video. So super powerful. Wanted to show you how to actually create that, and once you actually have it built out, this is where you would add it to your audience. So you just go to the ad set level, and instead of scrolling all the way down and typing in your different interests, once this loads up, I'll show you the box. You just go to custom audiences, and you'll get a drop down. You hit lookalike, boom, now you have 2 million people that you can reach out to. Pretty awesome.